Monday. So excited to be with you for another Make Money Monday. Today, we're talking all about spring event season. So, super excited to be here with you. As you're popping in, let me know, are you working today? Are you off today? I know here in the US, it's President's Day weekend. So, I know my kids are home from school in the background today. I'm doing kind of like a half day ish. For those who've been following me behind the scenes, we are getting ready for a big home office edition. And if you've been around for a little while, you're like, yeah, I've heard about this before because we have been waiting for our permits for almost an entire year. Yes, we are on month 11, but everything should be going through. I'm so excited for it. So we've been packing our garage, which is not so glamorous, but we have, hey, Susan, we have spent yesterday kind of packing things, and we have a pod arriving today, and we're throwing everything inside. So it's pretty exciting over here. So we're gonna get a little bit of work done this morning and then continue on with the packing and moving things into this pod during the construction. So should be super exciting to follow if you want to see the behind the scenes. I've been posting over on Instagram, which connects over to my Facebook business page, but in my stories, I've been sharing some of the gems that we have found in our garage, like an old Blockbuster card. And we found all kinds of just like, like a coupon to Bed Bath and Beyond from, I think it was 2009, maybe 2006. I don't know. The things that you find when you start going through boxes. So we are really excited to get that up and running. Hey, Mary Lou, glad you are here. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I share this post to all of our groups. If you are part of our Modern Direct Seller Academy, shout out to you. If you are not yet part of the Academy, one, you should be. But if not, definitely check out our free group, the Modern Direct Seller Tribe, your spot to grow your direct sales biz. So this video is being shared there as well as YouTube. So good morning, everyone. So excited to be with you. Let me know you guys can hear me okay too, because in the midst of everything last week, I had to do a complete computer reset, factory reset. I had all these weird things going on with my audio. So I think I should be good. Jeremy was listening for a quick sec and gave me a thumbs up, but let me know that you can hear me, you can see me, and we are just going to jump right in. So for those of you that I don't know, Becky Lander, CEO and co-founder of Modern Direct Seller. Every Monday, I pop in here live at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, to share a money-making tip for your business, something that you can apply this week to your business and actually make some money in your direct sales business. Our goal is to provide you systems, training, strategy to help you do your business better, make it easier, to make you grow faster. So super excited to be with you this morning. So glad you can hear me, and I see all of you popping in. Say hello. Let me know that you are here. Happy Monday. All right, so today we're talking about spring events. And I have to tell you, spring events were one of my most favorite things when I was in the sales field. I had a big events-based business. I mean, I did all the things. I did parties, I did pop-up events, I did personal shopping, I had social selling, a little bit of everything. But there is a great spot in my heart for vendor events. Good morning. I always had the mentality that if I could get out there and get in front of thousands of people on a Saturday, I would much prefer that over doing one party after the next party after the next party. So that was always kind of my jam. Parties were gravy. They were bonuses for me. If somebody booked a party, if I had parties on my calendar, that was great. But I did a lot of business and built my team through vendor events. I got to get out there, I got to talk to people. And during that season of my life, I had littles at home. So Monday through Friday, I was home with they were little, like a couple years old little. And so Saturdays and Sundays getting out to do vendor events was kind of a treat for me. I would get myself a nice coffee. I'd get to eat some good food at these different events. It was a ton of fun. And while I was at it, I got a lot of leads and I made a lot of really great connections. So those are a couple things that I really love about events. And I know, because I talked to a lot of you, that right now there's a little bit of mixed feelings about parties, right? Let's just let elephant in the room. We'll just say it, right? That we know that right now it might feel like a struggle for you to book a party. You might not really be feeling the party scene. And I have a short video I've recorded on this that I'm going to share soon. But I have to tell you that there's other ways to grow your business, right? Like if you're not a party person, if that is not something you want to do, that is totally okay. But there's a but coming. You have to have other ways to grow your network, right? The beauty of parties is that you're getting in front of a host and her group of friends. And they are sharing a little bit of you with their friends, right? So if you use parties really as a way to connect with others, to build up your business. And you can do that with vendor events as well. So as you're thinking about kind of what your marketing mix looks like, as you think about those things that you're doing to bring new people into your business, this is a great opportunity for you to kind of think, maybe I want to try a vendor event this spring, because this is the time to go fill out those applications for vendor events. I know some of you probably have already secured and planned the vendor events that you're doing throughout the spring season in March, April, and May. If you want to throw some vendor events into the mix, I would first start by doing a little bit of a search, right? What kind of events are happening in your area? And you can do that in a couple of different places. You can do that over on Facebook. You can search for Facebook events. You can kind of Google your neighborhood and events. You can ask friends and family, what kind of events do you go to? As you're selecting an event, you really want to make sure it's an event that your target audience is going to be at. So if you sell a family-friendly product, our family is going to be there. If you sell a product for health-conscious women, are health-conscious women going to be there? So think about the audience that's attending that event to make sure that it's a match for you in your business. The other things that you want to look at is what kind of visibility are you going to get from that event? So you might want to check with the event coordinator to see how many people they expect to attend. You might want to ask if they've done the event in the past and what the turnout was like. All of those questions are great to ask. In my experience, events that are coordinated by a volunteer, so that are like at a church or a school, oftentimes don't have as many people attending. It might be a little bit more lower key event, right? But those events that have a professional event organizer, they're getting paid for the event to go smoothly, to get vendors to be there, and to make sure people show up. They'll be marketing that event. So as you're considering what kind of events, those are some things to consider. The smaller volunteer run events are fabulous. They're usually a little bit more inexpensive in terms of a vendor fee. And you might expect to have a little bit more in-depth conversations with people versus just, crowds of people coming through your vendor event. So both are great, and it's nice to have a mix of both, but just to kind of set expectations. So as you're thinking about your vendor event, here's one thing that I want to make sure. I see Teresa's doing her first vendor event this Saturday, and I think many are going to be in that boat, right? If you joined over the last couple of years and maybe your business was exclusively online and now you're thinking about getting out there and doing a little bit more in person, this may be your first vendor event season, or maybe your product before didn't really lend itself to vendor events and now it does. So when you're thinking about those vendor events, I want to make sure that you have the right mindset going into it. And here's the thing, it's really easy to go to a vendor event and sell some stuff and walk away and be like, okay, I sold $200 worth of stuff. I make a 25% commission. So I made $50 and my vendor fee was $100. So I just lost $50, right? I don't want you to have that mentality. Vendor events are all about leads. It's all about getting in front of people, making connections, and gathering contact information So you have a pipeline, a warm pipeline of people you just connected with to follow up with. So do not measure the success of your event based on the total sales at the event. An event is the long game. You're playing the long game here, right? That you're connecting with people. They might not make a purchase right there, but they might become your number one customer a month later. Or they might not make a purchase right there, but they might fill out your raffle form, put their name in, and become the next rock star on your team. So really, when you're measuring the success of your vendor event, I want you to measure the success based on the number of leads that you walk away with. So when you're thinking about gathering leads, there's a couple of ways to do this, right? One way to do it is kind of old school, and I'm a little old school. I like having a clipboard at a booth and having somebody write their information down, hand them the clipboard. They're not going to pick it up off the table, by the way. You're going to need to hand it to them. Give them that clipboard. They can write down their name, their email, their phone number, and what they're interested in your business. They're going to throw it in a bucket. That bucket is going to give them an entry into a raffle. And that raffle might give them a shopping spree of some sort, right? It could be like a $25 shopping spree. It doesn't have to be a ton. And that's going to give you leads to follow up with, right? So that's one way to do it. It's kind of more old school, paper, pencil, clipboard, raffle, put it in the bucket. Another way to do that could be with a QR code. That QR code could take them to perhaps an Oh My High site if you have Oh My High, or it could be a place that takes them to a campaign, right? So they could enter into a Project Broadcast campaign. You could have them fill out a Google form, and that would give you their name, their email to follow up with, and you can put them into an email marketing campaign. Really, you want to get their phone number if you can. I mean, you could put it as optional, but if you can get their phone number, that allows you to text your hot leads as a follow-up, right? So after the event happens, and I could go on and on about what to do during the event, how to set up your booth, but I'll save that for another day. So after that event, you want to make sure that you're following up. So carve out that time on your calendar. I think it was Teresa that just said she has her first event coming up. Great. If you have your first event coming up, I want you to block a couple of hours the next day after that event to do that follow-up, because you're kind of cool with people. I feel like you're like in the BFF cool girl zone for like 24 to 48 hours. If you wait much far after that to do your follow-up, all of a sudden people are like, who is that weird lady that I met at that booth? So make sure that you're carving out the time for the follow-up, because that's truly where the magic happens. So that is my challenge for you today for your Make Money Monday tip, is to go find a vendor event. Go see what's happening locally in your neighborhood. Ask around. Ask your other direct sales friends that live near you if they have any events they're doing this spring season. Fill out those vendor events, get them onto your calendar, and then you can dive into a little bit more in-depth training on how to set it up and how to make sure that you're making the most out of that event. But think about that event as the best place for you to source leads. Sales are icing on the cake. That's a bonus, right? You really want to walk away with some hot leads for you to follow up with, to continue to build that relationship with. And once you've connected with them in person, in real life, right, it's a little bit easier to build that relationship faster. They've already seen you. They know that you exist. A little bit different than the online space, where sometimes people are like, I don't really know who that person is on the other side of the computer. But when you're doing a vendor event, they actually get to see you. They get to, say hello to you, get to know you a little bit, and know that you're genuine, you're authentic, and you believe in what you do, and you love the products that you have to offer. So with that said, we have some resources bundled up for you on events. If you are looking to do events this spring season, you're going to want this bundle. So do me a favor, let's comment below. Just comment the word event. And when you comment the word event, I will follow up. It's not going to be today. It's probably going to be later on this week. And I will send you a couple of blog posts and videos that we've put together on how to prepare, how to run an event, and how to do that follow-up that we know is so important. So just comment the word event. We will send that to you before the end of the week. And hopefully that will help you kind of kickstart the event season here in the spring. So thank you guys so much for being on. Oh, good. I see lots of events popping through. Yeah. Yep. Keep commenting and I will make sure to send that to you. It's a great thing to kind of have in your mix of marketing efforts as you're getting out there and you're really kind of kicking off the spring season. All right. 2 other things I want to mention before I wrap up. To all of our Academy members, we have an action-packed week and I'm so excited for you to join us for it. So tomorrow, we have the amazing Julie Ball of Subscription Box Bootcamp coming into the Academy for our monthly guest masterclass. Now, every month we do a different masterclass in the Academy, and subscription boxes have been a really hot topic. Whether your company has a box that you're working to sell as part of your marketing and sales strategy, or you are trying to curate your own subscription box. She is going to come in and share specifically for direct sellers what we can do to get out there and sell some sub boxes. Really excited for that. That's at 9 a.m. tomorrow, noon Eastern. And then we also have group coaching happening on Thursday. Thursday is an afternoon session. It's at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, and that's group coaching with me. So come, bring your questions. Let me know what you have going on in your business. We'll talk it through. It'll be a great way to kind of get ready for March, because March is almost here, my friends. I can't believe it. This month, February is always a short month, but it really has flown by. So excited for all that good stuff coming up this week in the Academy. If you're not yet in the Academy, come join us. I will put a link so you can check it out and take a peek. I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing start to your week. If you're taking the day off today, enjoy. I look forward to seeing everyone back here next week, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. Oh, I take that back. Next week, we have a special guest taking over Make Money Monday. We have Carrie Bennick that's going to take over wrapping up your month. She's going to be on here. I'm going to be on a field trip with my daughter. So she's going to take over next Monday, the 27th, same time, same place. But you're not going to see my face. You're going to see Carrie's, and she's going to bring a great perspective to you all about how to wrap up your month. So excited to see you guys then. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will